It's time now for Dolan's Diary, my look back at the week's big stories. Nadhim Zahawi, the Tory party chairman, has had a run-in with HMRC over his tax bill. The settlement is rumoured to be in the region of £4 million. Now, I've interviewed Nadhim Zahawi, and he's an absolute gentleman and has won many plaudits for overseeing the vaccine rollout. But how can this accomplished public servant and entrepreneur accidentally fail to pay millions of pounds in tax, particularly given the number of great accountants that are doubtless at his disposal? You and I would be held to ransom if our tax return was wrong by a penny. It doesn't look like a criminal matter, but given that a massive penalty fine was allegedly paid as well, how can it be a completely innocent mistake? Well, time will tell. But why put the Prime Minister through this grief? Why do politicians in trouble cling on like that, causing such ongoing damage to their party? The honourable thing for Zahawi to do is to step down from his position until the matter has been investigated and resolved. If the outcome is favourable, and it could well be, that opens the door to a cabinet comeback. It strikes me that Nadhim Zahawi doesn't just need new accountants, he needs new advisers as well. This sorry affair isn't doing anyone any favours at all. Now, Nicola Sturgeon has bitten off more than she can chew in her zeal to roll out gender ideology in Scotland, which dismisses the very idea of biological sex, that there is a man and a woman. She has, in my view, dug her own political grave. This after news emerges that a male double rapist was being accommodated in a female prison because he now identifies as a woman. This story reflects the problem with eliminating the idea of biological sex. It cancels women and threatens their safety. This mad new Scottish law by which you can identify as another sex by thinking about it for 10 minutes, well, I exaggerate slightly. Well, I think it threatens Nicola Sturgeon too. Some consider Sturgeon's policy to be an important way of making trans people feel included and accepted in society. It's been hailed as a great policy in many quarters. But plenty of Scots were against this law change in the first place. And now it's blowing up in Sturgeon's face. The political damage to the First Minister is huge. By cancelling women, she may just have cancelled herself. A guest on a popular daytime current affairs TV show went viral this week for belittling a caller and her views, saying it's clear from your comments which newspapers you read. Now, the caller, an ordinary member of the public, pushed back and said she didn't read any newspapers at all. But that was not enough for this commentator, who repeated the claim that this woman was simply a victim of the propaganda that she reads in certain newspapers. This commentator later added that the caller was brainwashed by sections of the media, because don't forget, that's how stupid we all are. We just get brainwashed by anything we see or read. This is what the elite do, folks. They accuse you of being brainwashed for having opinions they disagree with. Now, the former social mobility czar, Catherine Birbalsingh, who's been on this show, waded into the row, and she doesn't pull her punches. She said, "This is so appalling. What a way to speak to a caller. This is what ordinary people are sick of, being laughed at by the media classes for having a different point of view." I couldn't have put it better myself. This whole drama reminded me what this programme is all about. A diversity of opinion, and no one getting victimised for their views. The People's Hour, which we've just had from 8 till 9, in which I take your video calls, is an example of just that. On this programme, all opinions are welcome, all opinions are respected, and on my watch, they always will be. And last but not least, a hoax account has tricked media outlets all around the world with a fake story about the late Aretha Franklin hit, "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman." Now, the fake hoax story was that it was offensive to trans people. People were trying to cancel that song, "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman." Well, It was a fake, but all too often these crazy headlines turn out to be true. So just to be on the safe side, we've compiled a politically correct list of songs in our special woke playlist. They include People with Cervixes Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. How about this classic from the Bee Gees, More Than a Woman? Quite literally, she's got a penis. This Womb Carrier's on Fire by Alicia Keys. And my personal favourite, a classic from the Beatles, He Loves You, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. And that was Dolan's Diary.